this is Cindy Bertram. Thanks for joining me today on Good Ship Happens. And yes, we've got a lot of good things going on in the cruise industry today. Some really exciting things too, because one, of course, we've got a lot of good ships coming out too, and also some christening events. I'm going to be on the christening of the MSC World America, sailing from Port Miami, and this is taking place on April 9th, okay, aboard the ship before 3 o'clock. And it's from the Port of Miami, and they do the christening naming ceremony, of course. The ship sails out, and as far as the godmother, I think I mentioned this before, but it's actually they selected Drew Barrymore to be the godmother of their ship, so she will be christening the ship, which is great too. I'm so excited. I've been at christenings before too, but this is just so exciting to see a brand new ship and be aboard for a couple of days. And we go to their private out island. It's Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve, which is beautiful. I've been there before too. A couple years ago. They've added more things too, but once again, it's a beautiful place. The ship's docked right there, and it's beautiful. As mentioned before, they had to build trees. The sea life was dead. Just a bunch of trash too, but they really create such a beautiful port experience too, but it's private, okay? Also, what they've done too is, when I was there originally in 2021, the name of some of the other ships too, but actually what they did was they did sand cutting. And they're building a special marine lab there too, and it's on the other side of the island. They've been progressing with that great too, and I think the marine lab is not operating. As mentioned before, they have planted coral reef trees in the ocean, which is great too. I'm so excited because those help bring ocean life to seas, which we need more than ever. So I think I will be able to see part of it when I'm there on the christening, because we're there for a good day and a half, which is great too. And at night, of course, they do this big fireworks thing and dancing party. It's just so much fun. I love it too. So yes, it's a good way to relax but have fun and just, good ship happens. And then something else too is, don't have a picture unfortunately, but I mentioned with Star of the Seas coming out, that's Royal Caribbean's new ship coming out, I think in the summertime. They've got another chief dog officer, yes, and they've been sharing pictures of her too. Her name is Sailor. She's really cute. Oh my gosh, she's a baby. Okay, just a puppy, but she'll be older, when she was on the ship, of course, too, but she's there to create fun and happiness and smiles for people too. Her pictures are so cute. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to share pictures of her. I couldn't find one to share with you today, but I'll find more, because once again, people like their dogs like their kids, right? I mean, that's why with my puppy niece, Miss Zoe, yes, we wrote our second book together, but also, like I said, Sailor's there to create smiles and happiness for guests on board the ship, but also one thing comes up too is she creates so much happiness for their staff members too, and their crew members too. It's just so great. And of course, once again too, is last year when Icon of the Seas came out, that was Royal Caribbean's new ship, the biggest ship ever built, what they did was, that's when they introduced their first chief dog officer, Rover. And she's so cute. Oh my gosh, I wrote about her. Got a picture of her in the bridge with the captain, but she wasn't driving the ship with her four paws, so that's cute too. But just so exciting because, once again, we like dogs like they're kids that walk on the floor with 4 feet instead of 2. We treat them like kids. Dog beds, dog couches, dinner, which people could really use, real cooked meats, that kind of stuff too, but it's kind of fun too. So yes, that's exciting too. And then also, as mentioned, with the World America, as mentioned, we're going on her christening cruise, and we board the ship on the 9th of April, and get off the ship on the morning of April 12th. But then what she's doing is, the MSC World America is going to be sailing on 7 Western Caribbean cruises, okay? And these include Isla Morada, Roatan, Honduras, Costa Maya, Mexico, Cozumel, Mexico, and also Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. Also should be offering 7-night Eastern Caribbean sailings. That includes Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and of course Ocean Cay, which is great. They just announced all these sailings. I'll share more about that in a minute too. But once again, Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve is just so beautiful. I love it because, in my case, islands have private out islands, which they started a long time ago. Norwegian Cruise Line was the first one to actually start a private out island. Okay, Great Stirrup Cay And I actually went there on my very first cruise. I just did a 3-night cruise, weekend cruise. Went to the Bahamas, but we also went to their private outline, and I fell in love with cruising. Okay, I've been back to Great Stirrup Cay a couple times. It's beautiful. They're adding a dock there too now this year. Also, I know with Royal Caribbean they've got their Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which is beautiful. But once again, those islands, a lot of them have more like the family experiences too. They got the roller coasters, they got stuff. Where in this case, it's really that ocean life experience. It's so beautiful. Yeah, you've got areas to shop, which is great. Who doesn't like to shop? I do. And also they've got different places for eating. Also different shore excursions you do there too. Kayaking. They got this beautiful lighthouse. As you climb to the top of the lighthouse and back down. They got beautiful things to do there too, which is great too. But just it's really more of an experiential thing to do too. So once again, I'm really excited about that too. And something else that came up too is with AMA Waterways. Okay, they're a great cruise line, and they've been around for almost 23 years now. And they're river cruising. But what they happened was they started the cruise line AMA Waterways in 2002. It was Rudy Schreiner, Kristen Kurtz, also Jimmy Murphy, and actually another tour company. They pulled together to start it, and they really kind of reinvented river cruising. There are some cruise lines that actually had started doing river cruising, but what's really good too is with AMA Waterways, Rudy Schreiner, who was the co-founder and moved up different role, of course. But what they did was they really kind of reinvented with the river cruising, with the experiences, and they treat their employees like their family, which is so great. But also, Rudy Schreiner was actually an architect. Yes, he grew up in Austria, was trained to be an architect. He relocated to the United States. He actually got a chance to do a project down in South America. Yes, and he actually built a raft. He relocated back to the United States, New Orleans, worked with other travel companies, set something up too, and then he actually helped them set up other river cruise lines and came with the idea to maybe create his own river cruise line, and that came together in 2002. What they're doing is they're offering different places to sail to. They're going to be sailing on some special cruises coming up. It's been delayed till I think maybe end of April, maybe May. I'm going to be sailing on the Magdalena River in Colombia, which is great, South America. But what they're doing now too is they offer Egypt river cruises too. In fact, I have a business friend who did one earlier this year, which was really fun. He shared pictures. They went with some friends, and like see the pyramids. Just it was so exquisite to see what they were doing when they did this river cruise. When they got off the ship, of course, too. But at the end of their trip, what they did was, and they did a video. It's really fun too with him and his friends, his wife. They did a special dancing to the song "Walk Like an Egyptian." Okay, so going past a pyramid and they're walking like an Egyptian. It was so much fun to watch it. I loved it. But something just came up with AMA Waterways. What they're doing is they're offering right now complimentary round-trip airfare for Egypt river cruises. Yes. My parents got a chance to go there a long time ago. They didn't do a river cruise, but I think it'd be so great to see the pyramids and things from the river and being able to explore it like crazy, which is great too. And once again, so it, sometimes people want to go to Egypt, but they don't know which way to go. But once again, think about AMA Waterways. So what they did was they have their award-winning cruise line, but they've got a new offer for their Egypt river cruises and land programs. And right now, from now through June 30th of this year, guests can actually enjoy complimentary round-trip airfare on select 2025 and 2026 Egypt river cruise and land journeys. Okay, but how wonderful! Because I think I don't know what the airfare is going to be, but the thing is to get a complimentary airfare over to Egypt to actually do the river cruise with AMA Waterways is great too. So once again, you can get that booked, of course, on select sailings 2025 and 2026 Egypt river cruises. But once again, what they mentioned is Egypt has always held a special place in the hearts of travelers, and Christine Carnes, the co-founder owner, said experience it is even more wonderful as far as being more accessible too. And she just had returned from a cruise on the AMA Lilia, and she was truly amazed by the crew, etc. So definitely keep that in mind too, because once again, with Ama Waterways, they're offering intimate and luxury experiences on the Nile with its two ships, the Ama Lilia and the Ama Dahlia, okay? And once again, they have a lot of good things on board their ships. They're beautiful. I haven't sailed on one yet, but I've written about them, which is great too. They've got, locally enhanced decor, also gourmet cuisine, okay? And the Amalilia, which is their newest ship on the Nile, also has 41 staterooms, okay, including 12 spacious suites with panoramic views of the river. Also, the Amadalia offers 36 staterooms. Once again, these are small ships, right? But what a great way to actually enjoy and embrace people on board the ship, because if you think about cruise ships now today, we've got big ones, okay? I'm not against big ship cruising. Ocean cruising is beautiful too. I like seeing the ocean relaxing, but once again, to be able to take a cruise like this, a river cruise like this, with, 41 staterooms, double occupancy would be 82 people on board, and that's, of course, on their Lilia. But also the other ship they've got is the Dahlia, which offers 36 staterooms too. And what they do is they're offering 11-night Secrets of Egypt and the Nile itinerary. It combines a 7-night round-trip river cruise from Luxor and the luxury hotel stay in Cairo, 3 nights before the cruise and 1 night after, which is great too, because once again, sometimes you're flying overseas, getting on the ship, you want to relax, okay? So you don't want to miss out on different things too, but to be, for instance, like 3 nights before the cruise in Cairo, which is great too, and 1 night afterwards is great, because you can relax and kind of embrace the culture, whatever, and then get on board their river cruise line ship and enjoy it even more too. So it's a good way to kind of take a break after your cruise, relax, and then you can fly back. But I think it's great too. So once again, keep in mind too, because once again, what is really shares unparalleled river cruising experiences in different places. They've got the Egypt River Nile, which is great. Also, they've got they're working on two new itineraries and 2 new ships that will be sailing on Colombia's Magdalena River, starting later on this year. Okay, but it's just really great. And what I like about the name too is Ama Waterways. Well, Ama means love, which is great too. So definitely keep that in mind, because I think that's really exciting too. Yes, and think about that too as an option too. And then some other things too is, we think about what experience on a cruise ship too, and you've got different restaurants, different cuisines. You've got options as far as drinks, and one that's come up a lot too is whiskey. And this came up with Holland America, all right? Okay, and with Holland America line, they are expanding their single barrel whiskey program. Okay, and this starts right now this spring. And what they did was they mentioned, actually just found out this week, their program is expanding from 1 barrel of Buffalo Trace to 9 barrels, sourced from established and upcoming distilleries nationwide. Also, additionally, in 2024, the beverage program introduced a select bourbon, okay, from Buffalo Trace Distillery. So once again, they're really getting ready for a more exclusive whiskey experience for their guests. They're especially craft, of course, and it's a great time to spend with people, and just another way to really explore bourbons and whiskeys and things too. And they mention, as far as where this lineup of single barrel whiskeys and bourbons will be served, they're going to be featured in their ocean bar. And I have a list. It's kind of funny. I don't really drink beer myself, but it's good to kind of explore different things, because Holland America Line really is doing some really unique things too, which is great too. And what they do is, as mentioned, each whiskey and bourbon will be featured in their ocean bar. They mention Holland America Line has actually secured 2 barrels of Weller bourbon from Buffalo Trace Distillery in Frankfort, Kentucky. And they've got their Weller Full Proof. It's strong vanilla and oak notes with a rich mouthful of balanced finish. They've got their Weller Antique 107. It offers a dark cherry and vanilla notes with bold heat, also smooth finish, and that is appealing to both connoisseurs and also casual drinkers. Also, another fun they're calling is called Angel's Envy. How fun, right? They mentioned earlier this year Holland America selected 3 different unique barrels from Anglo's Envy. Angel's Envy. It says ANGEL, Angel's Envy in Louisville. Aged 5 to 6 years and finished in short casks after maturation in a new oak, American oak. They got barrel 1, they got barrel 2, they got barrel 3. Also, they've got their Urban Nearest 1884 single barrel. And this barrel from Rising Whiskey brand in Shelbyville, Tennessee, offers a balanced heat with toffee and caramel notes, which is kind of fun, huh? With warming spices. I don't think about that with beer, but just this is really fascinating, isn't it? Also, they've got their Woodford Reserve, and this is a single barrel from Woodford Reserve in Versailles, Kentucky, featuring bold flavors with notes of stone fruit, biscuit, toffee, caramel, and a slight peppery finish. Also, this is kind of a fun name too, okay? When you think about whiskey, do you think about pigs? Well, this is called Whiskey Pig 15-year rye, okay? It's bottled as 100 proof. This 15-year-old rye features rich, earthy notes with subtle floral undertones, blended straight and malted rye for a complex finish too. Then they'll get their Westland American Single Malt. And once again, Holland America Line continues its partnership with the Westland Distillery in Seattle. And it really is showcasing a finished American single malt with notes of toffee, some fruit, toasted marshmallow, and a smoky finish. And also a peated single barrel from Westland will also feature, they call their PNW Penicillin cocktail. Okay, now how funny, call it PNW Penicillin. I think of penicillin, I think about the shot, right? But anyway, this is actually their cocktail. And this is actually renowned bartender Sam Ross. And in 2024, Ross introduced exclusive cocktail menu on all the Alaskan ship bars, and he was actually named the U.S. Bartender of the Year in 2011. And his bar is called Attaboy, okay? Won Best Bar in the U.S. From the World's Best Bars in 2022, and he's recognized for really creating modern classics like the Penicillin and Paper Plane, okay? So once again, these are, guests can look forward to these single barrel whiskeys on ships beginning right now this spring, with full availability across all their fleet by May this year while the supplies last. But how fun to think about whiskey on a ship and different things they're offering too. I love some of the names, even though I'm not a whiskey drinker or bourbon, but it's kind of funny too. Just fun that they have cut names too. It's really kind of fun too, with good stories too. Because once again, Holland has been sailing for years, been on for a long time. They have beautiful ships, and they've really done some beautiful updates in them too, which is great too. So keep that in mind too, which is really fun, right? Something else is I talked about Alma Waterways, okay, with their free round-trip airfare for Egypt River cruises. So definitely check into that too, because once again, even if you don't want to walk like an Egyptian, my parents had a chance to go to Egypt a long time ago, and the photographs experiences they share were just amazing with the pyramids and beautiful. Just definitely keep in mind too. Something else that came up actually today was with Carnival Cruise Lines. Okay, what they're doing is, when you think about Carnival Cruise Lines, they're the fun ships. Okay, what they did was they actually are now sailing out of Australia. Yes, Christine Karntz, the president of Carnival Cruise Lines, actually was there today. Okay, because what they're doing is a special media event they're doing, but what they're doing is they launched some festivities for the Carnival Adventure by the Sydney Harbor, which was preceded by Carnival Cruise Lines president Christine Duffy. And I guess there were some heavy hearts because once again, what they did was Christine Duffy came down to Down Under to launch a new chapter for Carnival Australia. Okay, what they did was it was the formal P&O Cruises Australia ships, the Pacific Encounter and Pacific Adventurer, and they renamed it, and they were joining the Carnival family. Okay, so it was really an end to the P&O Cruises Australia. P&O Cruises is actually part of the Carnival Corporation, but was really, really good too was what happened was in the early 1970s when Henderson was working at the P&O Sydney office, he salvaged thousands of priceless photographs and posters that were being thrown down. And then the first ship actually sailed, I guess, back in 1852. I didn't realize that, okay? But they, the first Peninsula and Oriental steam navigation company actually arrived in Sydney was more of a bark-rigged steamer, which departed May 15th, 1852. I didn't think about that too, but once again, just crazy funny how cruise lines have really, really great stories with how cruising really started too. And that really took off probably in the late 60s, early 70s, which is great. But once again, what they're doing is, even though the P&O is exiting, what they're doing too is, with Carnival Cruise Lines, what they're doing is they just renamed the Carnival Adventure, okay, and she's sailing from Sydney round trip alongside the Carnival Splendor, and then the renamed Carnival Encounter will home port year-round in Brisbane, which is great, and the Carnival Luminosa is going to join her in Australia summer. And so once again, with Carnival Cruise Lines now, they're going to have 4 ships departing out of Australia with more than 500,000 people expected to cruise with the company in Australian waters this year. And as far as Australia, my parents got a chance to go there a long time ago too. It was beautiful. What they shared, they loved it. Once again too is it kind of it's known as like the Down Under place, but wait, it's just a great place, people want to maybe go to. I don't like the term bucket list, but something that maybe people want to do maybe in the future. But keep in mind too, because now Carnival Cruise Lines is going to have 4 ships sailing in Australia year-round. Okay, and once again, those 4 ships include the Carnival Adventure. Okay, they've got the Carnival Splendor, their Carnival Encounter, and then the Carnival Luminosa, okay, which is great. So keep in mind too, it's great news, even though it's kind of sad that the P&O is phasing out of Australia, but once again too, it's good that Carnival Cruise Lines is taking the ships over and going to have 4 ships sailing in Australia year-round. But how wonderful is that? I think that's just exciting, isn't it? Something else too is, I don't know if I mentioned that too, but once again too is another cruise line that actually is doing Australia real quick too is actually MSC Cruises. They're showcasing the MSC Magnifica in Australia, and the MSC Magnifica was actually built in 2010, but it's actually offered MSC Cruises' first world cruise in 2019. As far as the number of guests and passengers on board, she accommodates 2,550 guests on board, and then she's making her 3rd world voyage, which is going to call on 46 different destinations across 21 different countries and 5 continents too. And this just came up last week, but she's making her, she mentioned she arrived in Hobart from New Zealand before coming into Sydney on Friday, which was actually last week, and she was overnight before she was going to sailing to Eden, Melbourne, Adelaide, Kangaroo Island, Albany, Russelltown and Fremantle before continuing on to Maldives. And what's really great too, it's fun to think about different options as far as I think places to see in the world, and just make it much easier because once again the ship is your floating hotel, which is great. And also, if you think about it too, is sometimes people go to different places and fly there. My parents actually did that when they went to Egypt, also went to Australia. It was a long flight, okay, and once again, a lot of jet lag, but the thing is what's really great too is with the cruise ships, yes, you have to fly there, but the point is you can actually fly there and get on the ship, and then the ship is your floating hotel and takes you to different places, which is great. And it's just really great too, because once again, they it's just, I think, really, really fun that they're doing different things as far as other places go, including Australia. So keep that in mind too. Okay. Also, what's coming up too, as I mentioned something about MSC Cruises, but let me go through a bit more about where they're sailing and their ships too, because they have different ships. They're beautiful ships, and they just launched their winter 2026-2027 sailings. Okay, but they've 7 different ships in the region. They're going to be offering a variety of different itineraries throughout the Caribbean, Bahamas, and more. Some highlights, as mentioned, of course, the Embassy World America. I'm going on our christening cruise on April 9th from Port Miami. And also, by the way, this is the port they're sailing from is the MSC port itself, too. They can actually dock 2 ships there at the same time. So it's their biggest port ever in Miami. But they're offering, of course, a 7-night Eastern and Western Caribbean cruises from Miami. And also got their MSC Grandiosa and the MSC Seashore, which is gorgeous. I saw it. It's going to sail from Port Canaveral to the Caribbean and the Bahamas. Of course, the MSC Meraviglia is departing from New York to Florida, and also the Bahamas, which is great. Also, their MSC Seascape is sailing from Galveston, Texas, to the Western Caribbean. And then they've got their MSC Placia, which is offering a really beautiful Panama Canal cruise from Seattle to Miami after her inaugural Alaska season. And they're offering some transatlantic MSC Grand Voyages too. That would be on the MSC Grandiosa. Also their MSC Meraviglia. And most itineraries do stop at Ocean Cay Marine Reserve, which is a private island in the Bahamas, which is great. And it's just beautiful. I mean, I can't wait to get back there myself too. I'll be back there on the christening cruise. We're going to dock there for a day or so. But once again, just beautiful too what they're doing too. And I know that they've got sailings from Miami, of course. They've got sailings, of course, from Port Canaveral, okay, which is like an hour away from Orlando. Also, they've got sailings from Galveston. That would be the MSC Seascape. She's offering 7-night Western Caribbean cruises, including Costa Maya and also Cozumel. Also from New York City, I had just seen the ship too a couple years ago, but the MSC Meraviglia is offering 7-night Caribbean and Bahamas cruises. Their ports include, of course, Port Canaveral, Nassau, and Ocean Cay. They're private island. They've also got, I really think kind of fun too, they've got a 19-night grand voyage from Barcelona to New York City. That's going to start October 20th, 2026. And also they've got different sailings, of course, from Port Canaveral, which is great too. The MSC Seashore, which is actually 3 and 4 night Bahama cruises, including Nassau, Ocean Cay. And of course, their MSC Grandiosa is offering 7-night Western Caribbean, including Nassau, Ocean Cay, and Cozumel. Also, they've got a 7-night Eastern Caribbean, including Nassau, Ocean Cay, and Puerto Plata. And of course, they've got the 14-night MSC Grand Voyage from Barcelona to Port Canaveral. That's going to be October 31st, 2026. Visiting, I think it's called Funchal, and then Sable in Puerto Rico, which I love, and also, of course, in Miami too. But once again, these are 2026, 2027 cruises too. But once again, with their new ship, the MSC World America, coming out another week and a half. I can't wait to share more about that when I get back to it. It's going to be so much fun. Something else that's kind of fun too is, I know that we've got another ship, cruise line, starting too, which is great. It's Victory Cruise Lines, And I just got notified last week, I got invited to be on the Victory One for sailing. Yes. Bit more about Victory Cruise Lines. Okay, what happened was they were actually part of another cruise line, and they were bought out by another from another company. Had Victory Cruise Lines, but American Voyages bought them out. Okay, and then what happened was the parent company went under during this mess with everything going on too. What happened was John Wagner, who had been the president of American Voyages, which was bought out by Hornblower, but what happened was those two Victory Cruise Line ships were for sale. So he and his wife, I don't think he had a twisted finger, but they bought those two Victory Cruise Line ships. I had a chance to see one of the ships when they first started, because they were doing these river cruises, Great Lakes cruises, sailing between Canada and, of course, the five Great Lakes into Chicago, Navy Pier. And I got a chance to see their Victory One in Chicago, Navy Pier. It was part of a media luncheon type event. It was a beautiful ship, very, very small, has maybe 200 guests on board, that's it. What they're doing is explore. What they're doing is they're offering these Great Lakes cruises. Now they're starting these off now. The first one is going to be taking place on April 26th. What they're doing is they fly people in the day before. Okay, they have a free complimentary hotel the first night. Then you get from your hotel off to your ship. Okay, which is great. It's a great way to kind of get through the jet lag too. Although in my case, I'm just flying to Toronto from Chicago. It's a short flight, 2 hours. That's good too. But be able to kind of see different places of Toronto. Then the ship will sail out and sails. It goes 6 or 7 different places, and they offer free shore excursions. What I'm really excited about too is they're doing a shore excursion. It's seeing Niagara Falls, different places too, just great places to see too. And then we finally sail into Navy Pier. So it's like a 10-night experience. And at Victory 2 is going to be doing those kinds of itineraries too. So I'm really excited about doing that too, because it's really fun to see what they're doing and seeing the Great Lakes. Although I live, close to Lake Michigan, I haven't really been around the lakes that much. So it's going to be really great to see it too. Plus, once again, their ships are beautiful. I love what they do. I had a chance to see the ship Victory One. It was great. They just did some updates on it, but once again, it's just a great experience too, and I can't wait to be on that ship. As mentioned, I'll share more about that when I get back too, but it's just great to really experience these new options too, because we've got so many beautiful options to think about too when you're sailing. Of course, we've got new ships coming out. One's kind of fun as a Brilliant Lady. Of course, that is with Virgin Voyages, okay? And that's coming out, I mentioned before, but the Virgin Voyages Brilliant Lady, she's coming out September, okay? And what's good too is they're beautiful ships. I got a chance to see Scotland, the first ship, back in 2021. And also we've got, of course, the Celebrity Excel coming out. That Celebrity Cruises new ship coming out this November, okay? And then we've got the Star Princess, which is Princess Cruises' newest ship. It's coming out October 4th. Another one, of course, is with the Disney Adventure. That's Disney Cruise Line's new ship coming out this December. So it's coming out actually December 27th. But what a great option to think about too, if you're thinking about sailing on Disney. Also, what's great too is you can combine it with a Christmas gift, right? I mean, I love that. It's really great too. And also we've got, of course, with the Oceania Cruises, their Allura is coming out this July 18th. She's coming out, and it's Oceania Cruises. And as far as our capacity, this is interesting too, is with the Allura, which is Oceania Cruises' new ship, she has a passenger capacity of just 1,200 guests. Yes, just 1,200 guests, period. That's great too. Oh, something else too is Ritz-Carlton Yacht Club, which is coming out too. Another one is actually, this just came out too, is with Four Seasons Yachts. Okay. And their debut is actually this year. So Four Seasons 1 is going to come out this year in sometime in 2025. I don't know what month is going to debut, but also is passenger capacity of 180 guests, okay? And what's really great too is the Four Seasons Yacht. Their first one is 14 deck vessel. She is 679 feet, and she also is like inspired from the Four Seasons Hotel. Okay, but like I said, it has 95 luxurious suites, and the yacht will have also floor-to-ceiling windows, terrace decks, plunge pools. The standout will be their four-level funnel suite. But once again, one thing about Four Seasons yachts that people might not be aware of, and it was just announced recently, is they have selected their captain of their ship. Their captain is very well known. She left another cruise line after going through some things. But Captain Kate McHugh, who had been with Celebrity Cruises for a long time, she left. She lost her cat, which is in the bridge with her, Bug. Had something to count. She decided to take some time off. But what happened was Four Seasons just talked her into becoming captain of their new Four Seasons first ship, which is great too. I think it's so much fun because once again, she's got such energy and just such embracing with the people, the guests aboard the ship, and to be captain of this first yacht. They call it Four Seasons Yacht, but they're just has 180 guests. But how fun to actually sail again with Captain Kate McHugh. She's a great person on social media, which is great. And I think it's really fun to think about that too. So once again, I know people were a little devastated when they announced Captain Kate McHugh was leaving. Okay, I was really kind of devastated because I met her on the Chrissy the Celebrity ad. She wasn't driving the ship, but she's on board as another captain. But just a great, energetic person, very talkative, just beautiful person. And when she decided to leave, I think people were a little shocked. Once again, she's a great person and just great personality and just such an asset to Four Seasons Yachts, which is coming out sometime this year. But it's really fun too. And then one thing too I shared before is it's great about the private islands because once again, another one coming out too is with Ocean Key. But not Ocean Key, that's beautiful, I'll be there. But another one coming out too, actually, Ocean Key's been around for a couple of years, but another one coming out too is actually, Celebration Key. That's Carnival Cruise Line's new private island. Has different portals, and it looks great. They can actually dock 2 ships there, and she's going to be opening up, I think July 19th is the first time one of the ships will actually dock there. But they got 6 different portals, different areas to experience it. They've got 1 or 2 there for adults only, 1 for families. They got different places, of course, if you want to shop. Okay, I love to shop. They've also got different places for venue dining too, casual. It's great too, but that's coming out, of course. First ship that will dock there with Carnival Cruise Lines is going to be in July this year. So, but it's great too because once again, I love the name Celebration Key. Makes sense, doesn't it? And they've been working on this for, oh my gosh, a couple years. But it's just great because once again, I've seen the videos. They look great. I love it and just beautiful. I mean, just great to think about this too because once again, Carnival Cruise Lines has been around for 50 years. I think 53 years maybe, but the point is, in their case, they never had their own private island. You have their sister cruise lines, of course, with Carnival Corporation. They actually own 6 different cruise lines, but for some reason, Carnival Cruise Line never had their own private island. But Celebration Key is their private island, and she's going to be having guests be able to enjoy that finally in July this year. They've been working it since 2022. I think it's a wonderful experience for people to think about too. And like I said, the pictures I've shared before, I just wrote about it. I'm so excited about that too. It just looks like a great place to go to because once again, going on different ships to different ports is really exciting. Okay, I love seeing different ports. I also like sailing on the ocean, seeing the blue water, relaxing, but also with the private islands. There's such a great experience to enjoy too. And like I said, it's great too. It's great. But it's great. So once again, and I just found something good about the cuisine, about the Carnival the Celebration Key, which is great too. So I found something really cute too as far as the cuisine you can actually enjoy when you're at Celebration Key, different options as far as food.
As you know, all of us at Carnival Cruise Line are so excited to begin welcoming guests to our new exclusive destination, Celebration Key.
Unbelievable.
Opening in summer of 2025. So, along with the beautiful beaches, unforgettable activities, and fun for all, there will, of course, be some incredible cuisine. So, what do you say? We do a little taste of what we've got cooking?
Well, here's the taste. I mean, we can go down the line. We're going to have a delicious conch fritters, which is a tropical delight, taste of the Bahamas. That fresh conch and herbs and that island spices all wrapped into a crisp crust. Of course, some splash of dipping sauces. And then a Bohemian classic, we're going to have jerk chicken, and traditionally served with pigeon peas and rice, which I'm so excited about. Will be grilled to perfection. And then I call it a steak and cheese.
I call it a Philly cheesesteak, Bahamian style.
And of course, served with French fries. Look at just a slivered part of the steak and cheese. And
it looks like it has some sauce on there too.
Really good. And then, of course, meet the sandwich that starts it all. This is the deep fried chicken sandwich.
Wow.
But it takes a take because we serve it with pepper jack cheese.
So it gives it a little spice.
Chipotle mayonnaise, which is going to give it a little more spice. And a ghost pepper slaw.
Oh.
Also serve with fries. And then to end those cravings of sweet, donuts.
Okay, these are mini donuts.
Mini donuts. We have this one here with lemon curd. This is a pina colada donut here. And a strawberry donut. And the donuts will change as the days change.
Wow. Wow.
There you have a taste of celebration.
Beautiful. We can't wait.
I think that's a great way to end the show, right? I mean, who doesn't like cuisine, but also how fun. And also the woman that was there was actually Christine Duffy, the president of Carnival Cruise Line. And it's great because once again, I love different cuisines. I really love different kinds of cuisines, and the cruise lines offer that more than ever. But also, the cuisines that they shared, Christine Duffy shared in the video today, was really, really great too. So once again, another great example of good ship happens. Okay, and great way to really think about what's going on in the industry. There's so many good options out there too. New ships, different places to go to, and also. I like to celebrate for different things too. A lot of new ships coming out this year too, which are really fun, and it's just good to kind of share different good stories too, but they're real stories too. Because once again, it's a good way to really care, as I tell people, what happens on a cruise ship. Good ship happens. Yes, it does. It's a good way to really kind of embrace different people and things, and just experience different things, and create those wonderful memories of a lifetime. I love that more than ever. People love that too. Once again, like I said, just goes back to, I think today more than ever, we really want those memories of a lifetime too. And having gone through COVID-19, it really changed the world so much. We had to cocoon and be safe, whatever. And now I think people really, really want to explore different options, and they don't buy things. They want to explore lifetime experiences, different ways to do it, to different places, with favorite people, friends, family, or just really have those memories of a lifetime. That's more important too. And I think people think about that more than ever. And once again, people don't realize there's some experiences out there too. Because once again, for instance, we go to Antarctica, okay, which is great. But it's just great. Different options are out there too, more than ever. Got so many great experiences too. I love it more than ever. So it's great too. And once again, as far as different cruise lines out there too, once again, you've got options. Okay, it's great too, because once again, you've got adults only ships, of course. That's Virgin Voyages, no kids allowed, which is great. But also you've got different cruise lines that have options for family, for people with their families or adults only, or also innovating different things too. And it's great too. So once again, I think, yes, good ship happens. Okay, and keep in mind as we go through the rest of, think about that too. But once again, just remember, good ship happens.
Mama, Papa, was your suitcase packed but not mine? How could you leave us kids behind? Parents are going on a cruise without us kids, and we know whose fault this is. Virgin Voyages says we can't cruise till we're 18, which makes us shake like we had caffeine. Virgin Voyages says no kids on the ocean, so we're causing a commotion. You'll be sipping cocktails under a starlit night while we're back home without an invite. Sure, you've earned a gourmet spread, but we're experiencing existential dread.
Adults, enjoy the cruise. We know you deserve it, but the fact we can't go is total bull.